What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I want to talk about a little forgotten SPS utility, and I hate to even really call it that because it's not, but technically, I guess somebody's going to look at it and say, yes, this is what this is a potential utility or a actual utility for SPS right now, and will be for the next 4 months as it stands. And what I'm talking about is the GLX airdrop. So if you missed it, the GLG game, Genesis League Goals game, is going to be heading into a soft launch and closed beta next week on the 18th. And a hard launch, or the game should be coming out sometime by the end of the month. So I don't know when the rewards and all that's going to go into place. I don't know when all the tokenomic design and everything is going to actually shift in, but if it does, when it does, there is a good chance that we see more utility for GLX, which could potentially bring the price of GLX up. So why do I bring that up? Well, because there is an APR, an annual percentage rate, for staking SPS and earning that airdrop. And this airdrop is going to go through until November, I believe. So October, November. So we have another 3-4 months for it, which could be a significant amount of time if the game is launching and actually has, some kind of significant increase in the player base, especially with all the marketing that they're going to be doing with the MLS players and all that. So just looking at the numbers, and again, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to go out and buy SPS. I just want to make you aware of what is actually being given and how that, how these levers would be pulled if all of a sudden GLX did start to increase in value. So if you look here, the APR for staking SPS right now, you get a total of 22%, and this includes SPS, GLX, and vouchers. Now I'm going to go over to Peak Monsters real quick, and you'll see here that if you just look at the SPS and vouchers, it's about 11% from SPS, or 11.23% from SPS, and then 2.77% from vouchers for 14%. So what does that mean? Well, the delta there is 8%, which means that even right now with GLX at a penny, right? It's a little bit over a penny, or just at about a penny. We'll call it a penny. At this point in time, you are getting an additional 8% just from the GLX that's airdropped to you, right? So if you're buying SPS or holding SPS at 2 cents, whatever the value, or 2.1 cents, whatever that value is, you're getting the return of 8%. So again, I'm not trying to hype up GLX or become super bullish. All I'm just trying to say is that GLX is at a penny right now. I don't know what the future holds for the project. I think if you were to look at the all-time high was 30 cents, or at least, we hit 30 cents right when it came out and people were pumping it because they were doing the math and all that. I don't know that 30 cents is an appropriate price as an all-time high. I don't know if it's going to reach 30 cents. I don't know if it'll blow past 30 cents. I don't know if it'll go, or it'll just stay at 1 cent. But my point is that we are going to get into a position very soon, or at least within the foreseeable future, next month or two, in which GLX actually has utility for earning in the game. And if you look at all the stuff that's been happening in Splinterlands, right? We have the SPS staking. There's going to be, the SPS staking rewards that just went live. We have the flywheel effect where you can burn SPS for DEC. All of that stuff exists in GLX, or the GLG platform, the GLS platform, Genesis League Sports. It all exists on that platform without any of the baggage, without any of the overhang from the last bull run. So there's not a ton of GLUSD, which is the equivalent of DEC, right? And there's not that much GLX out in the ecosystem, at least not compared to Splinterlands, right? They've minted so far 185 million. You can see that what's that called? SPS, for example, is over 1 billion at this point. So more than 5 times the amount. A good amount of that is staked, as you can tell. There's a high APR for, for what's that called? For staking SPS, or for staking GLX. And then a decent amount has actually been burned already, right? 11 million out of the 185 million. So what's my point with this? Well, I think one thing that'll be interesting to watch is where the price of GLX goes, because the numbers and the math are very nice right now, where every penny that GLX increases is a multiple of 8 that is added onto the APR. So what do I mean by that? Well, if GLX goes from 1 cent to 2 cents, well, all of a sudden now the APR that's added onto SPS for staking SPS from the GLX airdrop, right? There's a 14 base where you get 11% SPS, 3% vouchers, but then the additional APR from GLX, that will start to go up in multiples of 8 for every penny GLX rises. So if GLX goes to 2 cents, all of a sudden there's an additional 16% on top of that 14, right? So now we're at 30% total. If we want to get crazy with it, right? And I'm not even trying to, like, again, this is not price predictions, but I'm just using nice, easy numbers. If GLX does a 10x from here and jumps up to 10 cents, all of a sudden the GLX airdrop is adding 80% in terms of the APR. 80% plus the 14, it's a 94% APR, right? So again, what I'm trying to get at here is that things could escalate quickly. And the reason I bring this up is because of the fact that a couple of years ago, granted this was during the bull run, but a couple of years ago when the SPS airdrop came out, DEC had so much utility. The team even used the term utility for DEC as an airdrop point that it went 15x its peg, because the payout for, or the APR for holding DEC at that time was, I think, like anywhere between 200 to 300%. So obviously we're not looking at those numbers now, but if 10 cents is 80%, and 30 cents would be, 240%. So all I'm saying is that I'm watching very closely the price of GLX right now and what's happening within that project. Now, I'm watching it because I'm genuinely interested in what's going on. But for the people that aren't necessarily paying attention over there and will skip the GLX videos, this is why I'm making this as a Splinterlands video, because I do believe that this is something worth paying attention to. We talk about tower defense, we talk about LAN 1.5, the modern pro-human league, as things that are all going to potentially help the value of the ecosystem overall, specifically SPS. And this is something that could come out of nowhere. This is something where you're going to have, right? You're going to have a potential situation. I'm giving you a hypothetical scenario. I don't know what the likelihood is, but somebody who has no idea about Splinterlands or doesn't really care about Splinterlands is going to come in, and they are like the biggest fan of a certain team in the MLS, and or a certain player in the MLS, and that player is one of the people that we have a partnership with to do some marketing. They do some marketing. They tell them about the GLG game. That person comes in, understands what's going on with the whole SPS GLX dynamic, and then says, you know what, the APR on that's crazy right now. SPS is 2 cents. Let me go buy some. So again, that's a very fantastical, right? Fantastical hypothetical scenario. But I'm saying it's not out of the realm of possibility. And then to throw a little icing on the cake, for those who may have missed it, there is yet another platform that the team is planning to launch. We don't know anything else about it outside the name and what its intention is, and that is Arcade Colony, which is supposed to be the GLS platform for non-sports related games. And again, it's not confirmed yet, but it was kind of teased in one of the town halls that there probably will be some kind of airdrop to SPS holders for that platform as well. So I don't know when that thing launches, but if you can imagine it does launch between now and sometime the end of the year, it's just like, well, there's some other added utility. And who knows, Aggie's been talking about trying to onboard all these Web 2 games and make it super easy for them. Maybe they have a launch partner that comes in and is just like, hey, we're going to launch this on Arcade Colony, so we have a game ready to go from day one. Again, all speculation. I have no idea. But my point is that there's a lot of other utility that could pop up that's not just Splinterlands. And I actually think that that's awesome, right? Because I am already hyped on tower defense, modern human league, and LAN 1.5, and then of course the game modes and everything else that comes with it, just from the Splinterlands side. But there's other things that could happen outside of the Splinterlands ecosystem that could have a major impact on the Splinterlands ecosystem. So that's all I have for you guys. Just want to share these numbers with you. Again, not financial advice. I'm not telling you to go out and buy SPS unless, of course, you need it in order to play and advance in the game. Then, go ahead and do it. It's not financial advice. It's game advice, right? Like, if you want to earn more rewards, you're going to need more SPS, right? That's just what it is. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear your perspective. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.